Hi there, this is David, and welcome to New RPG News. We have a lot of stuff to talk about today. We have some new RPGs from Mistwalker, some Atlas announcements, some Square and Final Fantasy announcements, new games all around. It seems to be pretty exciting. But just a little quick announcement just on my end, just because I'm kind of excited about it. If I look different or if I sound different, that's because I got a brand new webcam and I'm in a brand new game room. A little Christmas gift to myself was moving into a bigger room in my house to store all my games behind me, and I will be doing a game room tour coming up later in the month once I have everything just kind of done exactly the way that I want it. It's still kind of a work in progress right now. But let's go ahead and get started with all of this news. We have like 8 different things to talk about today. And the first thing up is it says 72% of console games sold this year were digital versus only 28% being physical. And to me, I guess this is just like a sign of the times, and it doesn't really have anything to do with RPGs, but I just think it's the state of gaming right now. Physical is kind of going by the wayside, and that sucks as far as I'm concerned. I love collecting physical games. I love playing games physically. I love opening up the box and seeing what's in there. And most of the time, there's really nothing in there besides a disc, because God forbid they give you a manual or a poster or a map or anything nowadays. So, yeah, if y'all want to see more physical games, if y'all want to see physical games not die, then what you have to do is you have to buy physical games. You have to not buy digitally. You have to buy physically, because at this point, why would a game developer invest their time and their money into physically distributing a game if it's not going to sell? If it's going to sell 3 times as much digitally, what's the point in them making it physically? So for those of y'all who are physical collectors like me, or you just like having a physical game, then you really need to buy these games physically, because this is a very, very worrying report here. The RPG studio Mistwalker is working on a dark fantasy game. For those of you who don't know what this studio is, it's Lost Odyssey. This is the studio that gave us Lost Odyssey and Blue Dragon and Fantasian, and now they're working on another dark fantasy game. That's all that we really know about it. And Lost Odyssey was kind of a dark fantasy. Maybe it's a sequel. Maybe it's a spin-off of it of some sort. It says here that the head of the studio jokingly told Famitsu that he thought that this was going to be that he was going to retire, but he decided to give it another go, and that him and his team are hard at work on developing what has been described as only a dark fantasy game. Platforms have not been mentioned, but it seems as though the project could be in early stages of development. I, for one, am excited about this game. I hope it's not like Western dark fantasy, if you know what I mean. I really, really do hope that this is more in the vein of Lost Odyssey, because that was the game that I bought an Xbox 360 for. Like, seriously, it was that good. That was the game that Final Fantasy 13 should have been, really. If y'all are anything like me, you have been waiting with bated breath for more news about Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. Well, we are finally getting some news on the 21st of January. It says here that we're going to get a big info dump in the very near future. This game, like, I've been waiting for this game for what, 5-6 years now? It's just been like development hell. But it's going to have its own on-stage presentation during their little festival that they're going to throw. It's on track for a worldwide launch this year in 2023, and it's going to be playable at this event. It says a public demo will be available on the show floor, so we're going to be getting some fresh gameplay footage. Hopefully, if they have a public demo here at this event, then a public demo will shortly release thereafter on the PS4 and PS5 for all of us to play as well and get our hands on it, so that we can really see what this game is all about. Everything that I've seen, it looks beautiful, it's turn-based, it's gorgeous, it looks to be a fantastic, fantastic game, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it myself. There has been a trademark filed for Tales of the Arise Beyond the Dawn over in Europe. So something more with Tales of Arise is now on the way. So basically, at first I was thinking, oh, it's probably just like an anime adaptation of some sort, but this trademark, it says it falls under goods and services, meaning that it's connected to video games as well as arcade games. So this is more than likely not just an anime. However, it could be DLC or something like that nature, so don't get too hyped up. I'm personally hoping for maybe a sequel or a prequel. With the title Beyond Dawn, to me it sounds like a sequel. It did say that at the time of the game's release, that the development team seemed adamant that this would be a standalone title and that there would be no plans for DLC or sequel plans or anything else like that, but plans always do change. Now, it does say here, though, the only sort of additional content confirmed involved crossovers with mobile games in the series. So it could also be a mobile game. So you never really know. But this one was really a great game. One of the best games of 2021 as far as I am concerned. And they would be kind of foolish not to capitalize on the success of Tales of Arise and give us a sequel maybe in the same vein as something like Xillia 2. Hopefully not in the same vein as Dawn of the New World, because that sequel just really sucked. But Arise was great. I have high hopes for this. Koei Tecmo has announced an action RPG, Fate/Samurai Remnant, to be released for the PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC. These games aren't exactly my speed. They're not really something that I am personally into. I know that there's a lot of people into these Fate/weirdo semicolon type games that I see announced all the time, but I've never really myself gotten into them. I should probably branch out more into it and just check it out and see. But if you are into these games, I'm here for y'all, and I'm here just to announce that this is a thing. It's going to be launching worldwide this year as well, and there's a brand new trailer for it showing up above me right now. But now, we have some really huge announcements from Square Enix as well as Atlus coming up next. Dude, I am excited! Remember that NVIDIA leak that we got way back in September of 2021, where everything in the entire leak was 100% freaking confirmed? It was like the leak of the leaks, the leaks of the century. 2 games so far have not come out from that leak. But I think that we're getting them this year. The games that haven't come out in the leak yet were the remake, not remaster, the absolute full-on remake of Final Fantasy IX, as well as an HD 2D Final Fantasy Tactics. So we're still waiting on those. Those are Final Fantasy games. And now we have a tease of a big Final Fantasy announcement for 2023 from Yoshinori Kitase. And this is unrelated to the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth announcement that we already have. So, he did a New Year's greeting on the official Final Fantasy website, and if you recall, I came to y'all last time with some RPG news, and their official Instagram was doing a commercial for Final Fantasy IX. I wonder if that's connected. So let's just go ahead and read through this little message right here. It says, Happy New Year's to you all. Final Fantasy 16 is set to release this year, which means Yoshi P needs your support now more than ever. Cheer him on as he gives it all down the stretch. Also, development is picking up speed on the title that I'm producing, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm sure many of your collective imaginations are running wild, trying to picture how we'll recreate some of the game's most iconic scenes, and we'll have more to share about that when the time is right. There's also another big announcement unrelated to Final Fantasy VII that I can't say anything about just yet. Just rest assured that we're working hard to make sure that 2023 is the most exciting year yet. So, we have more Final Fantasy announcements. That's not Final Fantasy VII, but we have that leak. That means it's totally Final Fantasy IX to Final Fantasy Tactics. It's totally it. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh. With these HD 2G remakes coming out and how successful they've been with the Tactics Ogre one and all that kind of good stuff, I think that the Final Fantasy Tactics is just a shoo-in for getting that style. And then Final Fantasy IX, best Final Fantasy ever. And now for our final bit of news. Atlus is teasing several unannounced titles are in the works for this year. We already know that Persona 3 Portable and Persona 4 Golden are coming out later on this month. We are already aware of that, but this is new stuff. This is new stuff that's coming out. Now, I know that nowadays Atlus is ubiquitous with Persona and SMT and games of that nature, but I am personally hoping that they go back to their roots. I know this is a big ask right now, but I remember back in the day when Atlus just published all sorts of stuff. Whenever Atlus published Ogre Battle, March of the Black Queen, Radiant Historia, the Etrian Odyssey series, Thousand Arms, for God's sakes, Alliance Alive. Like, they had so many good games that were just all over the place. If you saw Atlus on the box, you knew that that was a quality title. So, again, yeah, Persona's great, SMT's great, but I want to see something new. I want to see something different. I want to see something kind of off-kilter. I want to see something experimental. And you know what else I want to see? A sequel to Radiant Historia. A sequel to Alliance Alive. A sequel to Thousand Arms. That's what I want to see. Hopefully, they're going to put out something of that nature. Hopefully, they're going to go back and just kind of put out some really cool, neat, off-kilter kind of hidden gem, flying under the radar sort of thing. Those are my favorites. That's what I personally enjoy the most. So that's it for the news. There's always news. There's so much news going on, and I try to kind of bundle it all together for you, but lately there's just been a ton of news, so I just wanted to get this out to y'all. Let me know what y'all are most excited about. Let me know, again, if there's anything that I haven't covered that you would like for me to cover, and I'll be sure to do that in a future video. And as always, have a good day.